what would it look like to see the British layout on a grander scale, covered in snow. And after being down various heritage railways, and I've seen what they can look like in the snow, especially North Yorkshire moors, they look absolutely beautiful. Scenic snow, steam, the lot. And so, though, can I translate that into N-gauge? It's themed on an actual heritage railway in the North Yorkshire, based on the station of Gromont on the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. I'm a volunteer there occasionally. It's like one of the best heritage railways in the world. The layout of Gromont, where the heritage line comes in from Pickering, down through the tunnel past the engine sheds, the scenic cutting, then you have the main line section going off to Whitby. There was a perfect setting for creating a little N-gauge layout, because it allows for so much movement. You can have trains going down to the main line, coming in off the main line, shunting a lot. So once it gets fully operational, which we're not quite there yet, there will always be something moving. There'll be trains going in every direction. There'll be plenty to see and something for everybody. We are from up in the northeast in Newcastle. We are actually based at Bowes Railway, which is the only road haulage railway left in the world. It's trying to get back on its feet, but they've accommodated us, and very thankful to them. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have this layout we have now. The river was created using deluxe materials, scenic water, which my friend Peter did for us. It's like a resin jelly which you melt down and you pour it in, and it actually sets almost like a jelly, which a lot of people think it hasn't set, but it does set like a jelly. But it does give a good effect on that. You can get various other bits to add, like waves and the waterfalls and stuff on, and so that's how the water was done. In terms of the snow, again, that was deluxe materials, and we've had some great help off them with providing us a great deal to buy lots of tubs of snow. We've used 10 tubs of it so far. We've got another 5, and we're going to be using lots more, no doubt. It's probably the best stuff I've used. I've used quite a lot of different things, but that's probably the best stuff I have used, because it goes down, it doesn't tend to discolour, sits nicely, and it looks like the real stuff. We've also mixed in some of the scenic snow glitter, which gives it a bit of a sparkle. Various little things and little tricks, like shovel snow around some of the buildings so it looks like snow's fell off or been shovelled up. But most of it's deluxe materials, and it's absolutely fantastic stuff, and it does give the most realistic effect, in my opinion. Well, this is actually, it's about 4th or 5th reincarnation. It's originally started off as a 12 by 3 layout, which was all on just 3 boards. Then developed onto 12 by 10. Anyone who saw the layout at the N-gauge show last year would have seen this layout, but in a different form. And that's when it was 16 foot by 10 foot, with like almost U-shaped. After that show, after the problems we encountered, we thought we were going to rebuild it completely. So we scrapped the whole thing and rebuilt from scratch. And we started rebuilding in November last year. And we essentially only just got it running about a month ago. Nowhere near finished yet. There's still a lot to do on it. Still counting little niggles during this show, but it's the first time it's been out and, well, took apart, set up again. So we were going to encounter little problems, but luckily we've had no complaints from everyone, just loads of good comments. But it's all learning, and we've learned a few things from this show as well, of what we can do better for next time. I used to do 00 when I was younger, but we've not got that much room in the house, so my dad said he could trade it all in and get us some N-gauge. And he surprised us when I was actually at school one day. I came home and there was all this N-gauge there, and it was great because I realised you can build big layouts in such a small area. And built it for a few years, and it actually all ended up getting packed away, and I didn't do anything for a few years. Found it all, started up again, and I fancied making an exhibition layout. So I started building it, which is where the first Moorside came from. And the biggest thing I find with N-gauge is, say we're 20 foot long by 10 foot wide, and we've got a huge layout. In 00, like, you couldn't do anything as big as this in the space we've done. It's like, say in 4 foot you've got a large Pacific 7 Mark 1s. You couldn't do that in that space with 00. Plus it's allowed us to put it on our little miniature railway in T-gauge as well, and it doesn't look out of place. So it opens up so many options of what you can do in N-gauge in such a tight space. In model railways, I've been interested most of my life. In railways in general, all my life. It's ran down through my family. Used to be like, fortunately not my dad, it was like his dad, all used to be British Rail and so on and so forth. It stopped in my dad, but my dad got me into railways when I was only a young kid, taking me to the likes of North Yorkshire Moors and Tanfield. Started volunteering at Tanfield when I was about 14 on work experience, and eventually started the apprenticeship with Network Rail. So even my full-time job is actually out on the railway. And then started as a volunteer at North Yorkshire Moors. I'm now at East Lancashire Railway, North Norfolk, and I travel 6 to 8 times a year to all these different railways around the country. And I do a lot of video and photography as well. So that also allows me, because I sometimes get invited to some of these railways to do little projects for them. And that gives me opportunities to travel all over the country, and I know a lot of people from various locomotive companies and railways, and it's a fantastic hobby to be in, whether it be model railways or actual railways. They're both great hobbies to be in because it just keeps you occupied all the time.